Well, folks, it's another cold day here in Indianapolis. That means it's the PRI show, Performance Racing Industry show. Anybody who's anybody in the racing industry, whether you're a manufacturer, a racer, a vendor, a hangers-on, whoever it is, you're going to be here in Indianapolis. And as always, Indy dialed in some cold weather for us. Gonna go through the daily coverage for you. I do this every single year, and people seem to like it, so we're gonna do it again this year. I'm gonna walk through the show. I'm gonna show everything I could possibly show. I have no idea what all I'm gonna include or who I'm gonna include, but I'll see what I can do for you. As I said, this is the Performance Racing Industry show. It is here every year in Indianapolis at the Indianapolis Convention Center. It is an enormous show. It is an enormous show. And unlike when you go to SEMA in Vegas, other than the fact that it's cold, this is very much specifically an industry show on racing. This is not about lights and stereos and all that other kind of stuff. It's all in the performance genre. So if you're coming to this, you're coming to this because you're a racer, you support racers, your business is racing, that kind of thing. This is not really a show where you go to kick tires and get keychains and pens, or to enjoy good weather, because it's Indianapolis in December. But anyway, welcome. I'm gonna do my best to show you guys a good time. I do have some schooling that I'm gonna do as well. At 10 o'clock, the Women in Motorsports panel goes on, so I will run myself upstairs to that, and I'll take you guys along for as much of that as I can as well. Welcome to Indy. Like this year, if you didn't automatically get your badge, you can go through here and print it instead of wandering through the hallways to do that. That's nice. Hopefully that works out well. I do need to get a lanyard and some plastic. There we go.
Because the truck had sat for
That was Mike fitting in, by the way. Hey Mike, nice to see you again. Thanks for commenting on my video the other day. I truly did mean it. Yeah, roadkill guys, you guys in Top Gear. If it wasn't for you guys, the industry I enjoy wouldn't be what it is today. You were in the middle of a conversation, didn't want to bother you, but see this, nice to see you again. Let's see if I can get into this Women in Motorsports panel. Unfortunately, as I've made these videos, this panel has become more and more popular, so, which is a great thing. I'm glad to see that, but it's probably going to be standing room only, if I can even get in. We'll see.
Apparently that was still late, even though the door is supposed to be open. Are you here for the Women in Motorsports?
Yeah. Good morning. How are you guys?
Sorry.
Oh.
He just replied to your message on Facebook.
Oh.
Or like your big post.
Whose first PRI is this? Wow, we have a bunch of new people here. Well, welcome. Let's start with Megan. Megan, introduce yourself and tell us how you got started, and we'll just go down the row.
Yeah. Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. Megan Meyer. I am from the NHRA drag racing world. I've been in it since day one. My dad and uncle and cousins raced, so got to grow up watching them. My dad and uncle have been doing it for 45 years now, and myself, this is my 20th year of driving. So I did junior dragsters and worked my way up to the top alcohol dragster class, which is what my dad raced. And as a kid, I was always like, I want to do what my dad does. So I never really had aspirations to go to the top fuel ranks. I just always wanted to do, you know, what my dad did. So thankfully, I got this chance to jump in the seat of his car in 2016. I did 5 years professionally, had an amazing career. I was the first female to win a championship in our class in 2019, followed up winning it in 2020. I then got married and pregnant, so I stepped away from the seat. My sister then took on the role. She won the championship in 2021, and then we were the 2023 world champions with another female. So we've had an amazing, successful career for our team with female drivers, but also we have female mechanics and crew members on our team as well. My dad taught me and my sister you know, just because you're a girl doesn't mean you can't work on the car. So he treated us like, you know, we were just boys, and I think we turned out pretty well. So
Bless his heart. Well, welcome to the panel, Megan.
Hi, my name is Victoria Thomas, and as exciting and kind of sexy as the driver position might be, accounting people. That's where some fun stories come from, am I right? My introduction to motorsports did come, I was actually owned an accounting firm and was hired to determine the profitability of the different divisions of a company called Kelly Moss, and quickly ended up becoming their full-time CFO and closing my book of business, and eventually becoming an owner, and eventually buying out and now co-owner of Kelly Moss. And if you're not familiar with the team, we are the largest race team in North America by car count, and we are the winningest team in Porsche history.
Woo!
To give you an indication of what that looks like in my world, we won 11 national championships last year. We were on the podium 161 times last year. Wow. Or not last year, this year, last season, right? I've moved on already. In addition, we also do high-end Porsche builds in our shop, so we get to work with a lot of really fun people doing a lot of really cool stuff.
Welcome to the panel.
Hi everyone, my name is Ellie Wong. Online I go by F1 Ellie, and I'm a content creator in the motorsports and F1 space. So coming from Portland, Oregon today. I don't know if there's any Oregonians. Yeah, probably not. Oh, hey! But yeah, so I came in from the West Coast. I started content creation maybe a little bit different than some of the others on stage. I didn't grow up in the automotive space, so kind of fell into this a little bit sideways during 2020 COVID time. My full-time job in marketing in the healthcare sector went remote, so I had quite a lot of bit of time on my hands, and downloaded TikTok, started to get into short form content creation around Formula One, which was starting to grow in the States, as we know, and kind of kept falling sideways a little bit, got into the sim racing side of F1, was Red Bull Racing's first content creator for their esports side, got a lot of opportunities there, and then decided to actually go back to school. So I have a marketing degree, but decided to go to mechanic school because from F1, I started getting a larger interest in motorsports, which also just made me interested in how my own car works. So I'm in a mechanic program right now, which is very general, just trying to understand more about how cars work. And I started to more so get into educational content, mostly about explaining certain sides of motorsports that I find quite fascinating, kind of coming from more of an outsider perspective, since this is a newer space for me. So happy to be here.
Welcome to the show, Ellie.
Hello everyone, my name is Madison Conrad. I am an EFI calibration for Roush Yates engines. We provide all the Ford engines for the NASCAR Cup Series and the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Unlike Megan, I was a driver previously, but I was not as talented as Megan is. I ran out of money and or talent. I won't tell you which one I ran out of first. We'll save that for another time. But quickly realized that, okay, I'm not gonna make it as a professional race car driver, but I loved it so much and I wanted to make a passion out of it. So moved from my hometown in Albuquerque, New Mexico, out to Mooresville, North Carolina. Attended a technical school there and then got an internship with Roush Yates engines and now been there for over 8 years. So love it, and I can't talk enough about how much I love my job. I can't believe I tricked them into paying me. I still don't understand how they did that, but happy to be here.
Awesome. Welcome to the show, Madison.
All right, folks. What a great time. Always a wonderful experience. Women in Motorsports Panel every year. Something I make sure I hit. The nice thing is it's not just about race car stuff. It's not just racers and drivers. It's people that are connected to and help make the industry what it is. It's engineers, it's drivers, it's team managers, it's investment folks, it's social media people, it's marketing folks. That's who all comes to this. So there's a lot of things that you're going to learn, not just how to get your race car driven by a female, or if you're a female looking for a race team. So lots of cool stuff. Anyway, let's actually get into the show for a little bit. Holy cow, there's a lot of people here. Welcome to PRI. Let's give this a start right here. Start off with Hot Shot Secrets. Fellow Ohio folk here. Just up the road from us.
We do need to get Kyle his shirt before we can see him.
It's not too bad. Oh, like I said, I'll give up all the
Here's some important people I found while I wandered into the show. Battlescarred Motorsports.
Hey guys, Brian.
So these guys do some really, really important stuff, and that is supporting service members getting involved in motorsport.
That's correct. Yeah, we put veterans and first responders behind the wheel of endurance race cars.
So you and I actually talked a while back on a channel that I do to be able to kind of do good things for good people, to kind of put some attention on this kind of thing. But how are things going as of right now?
Pretty awesome. We brought Jennifer on board, our new president of the board. We have grown exponentially. 2025, we're going to have our first e-motorsports season with iRacing.
Okay.
We have 5 full chapters now. We're looking at, I think, 14 events right now. Our schedule for next year. Yeah, 2025 is looking pretty dang cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're really stoked.
That's fantastic. So where are you guys based out of now?
So we're here in Indiana. Actually, matter of fact, Mitch is not far from where we're standing right now.
Okay.
We've got Texas, which Charlie is an annex lead in Beaumont. Our main is in Austin. And then we've got Mandeville, Louisiana, where Jennifer and Daniel are at.
Okay.
I'm in Biloxi, and then I've got Brian Fennell in Austin, Texas. And I'm sorry, and Kenny and Debbie in Georgia. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm too.
So do we have any more chapters coming up here into the frozen north?
I think no. I think Florida's probably the next one. We've got a lot of people in Florida who are asking, so I think Florida may be next.
So what kind of racing do you guys do? What do you put people involved with?
So if you're familiar with Lemons or Champ Car or Lucky Dog, that's where we're at. That's where we are.
And you have not just racers, you have guys that wrench, that build the whole racing team.
Absolutely.
They're all...
Yeah, actually. Yeah, so that's one of our wrenchers right there, Carl. So without him, our 74 Pinto wagon would be nothing.
74 Pinto, brother, we need to have a conversation. I just purchased a Pinto race car that's painted almost exactly like that.
Oh, well. Yeah.
We need to have a conversation.
Carl and Charlie Charlie runs our East Texas Annex. Carl has the car, but between the two of them and their crew, they've got, how many guys do you have, 5 or 6 people? They had to come together almost monthly, I would say. Even like with a race 3 months out, they're getting together once a month. Working on cars, we're just hanging out.
So very nice.
Yeah, it's been really cool. So they don't just get together just to race. They're getting together to hang out, regardless whether it's a race or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There you go. Battlescarred Motorsports. Motorsports doing good things for good people.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking to me.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
So as I said, these are local Ohio guys with me. Also, by the way, excellent beard. So this is Matt with Hot Shots Secrets. Tell me what's going on in the world of Hot Shots.
We got a few different things hitting the market now. We just launched our grease for extreme pressure, so a lot of construction, agriculture, and other markets will use our grease in. So that just launched, and excited to see where that goes. We came out with a passenger vehicle motor oil for any gas vehicles, so our 0W20, 5W20, 5W30.
Okay.
And so that's hitting our local dealers. Check out our website for a dealer near you for where you can find that. It's exciting to see. We're also going to be launching a new bottle for our everyday diesel treatment. It's going to have a longer neck for capless fuel systems.
Sure.
And still going to be the measuring on there, but also it's refillable. So then you can buy the gallon or half-gallon size bottle, save some money, and refill your own bottle.
Makes sense. And cut down on waste.
That's right.
There you go. This is important.
Less waste things.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool.
And every day it seems like something else comes up, and we're trying to figure out the problem to how we can make it fixed.
That's fantastic. That's what you want to see from an American small business is what other areas can I get into to fix?
Yep.
You guys have done a wonderful job. Thank you very much for talking to me, sir.
Thank you.
All right, let's get some walking in. We made it about 8 feet so far into the show. Apologize about that. Like I said, I never know who I'm going to talk to or how long this is going to take. I'm going to shoot until my camera doesn't work. So here we go. Wow. Not your average Fox body.
Ahí estaba con Cacá.
Very cool.
Said that they might go, they might have centers for that. The style of it's kind of like solar because they take off. My other thought is if you're not going to boil or you got like we've still just the
Oh, you want to go if I run a hose to the back and put a tank in the back behind the wires or something. It's got
Forgive me, I don't remember who asked me to show off some G-body stuff.
So it makes more sense to put the wires too small.
You gotta do. It's not a fruit place. We did it at a fruit place on Dragon.
We can't win them all. We can't.
How you doing?
How's it going?
Last night I realized don't make money no more to get back up those things.
Tested. We had a standard in.
Hey, small block Ford guys. I got something for you.
We're here with the Titus Big Head, or the Big Head Titus. You can pick the name, but the bottom line is if you want big block power in a small block, we are the game for you. This is the cylinder head. There's a lot of history behind all of this hardware, and if you want it to get you from A to B at the top of the ticket, Titus is the way to go. We're Titus Tough. We make titles with Titus. We can give you a title with Titus. Yep.
I like that.
And in the end, Titus is terrific. That's a little goofy, but you know, it's a T. And if you want to give us some more hashtags with T's that tell us we're terrific, Titus, but make sure you don't misspell it because it'll make you laugh. Or mispronounce it.
Or get you in trouble in the state of Indiana.
Or get you in trouble. In the show me state.
Yeah.
Missouri. Oh, that's Missouri.
Yes,
thanks.
Missouri.
All right,
That is
well,
a
anyway.
serious cylinder head.
Well,
That being said,
it's what we're trying to do with the cylinder head is fill a hole in the market. There's lots of small block. This is a Cleveland style cylinder head, so it's a cannon valve cylinder head.
Yeah.
So what we're really doing is filling a hole in the market. There's a lot of cylinder heads out that are really standard replacement.
Yeah.
With some modifications, you know, for higher port flow and that sort of stuff. But what we've really done is we've raised the port in this to where it's a much straighter port. So The port that we actually have modeled, now these are as cast, but the port we actually have modeled, we can flow anywhere from the low 300s to this can be opened up to flow right around the 450 mark at an inch lift. So it fills a lot of bandwidth across what you need for a cylinder head. But in raising this part of the port, which then would normally require special manifolds, we've actually widened this part of the intake manifold to where if you're putting it on a block, it actually comes over this part of the block, which moves the intake faces in so that you can use a more standard manifold.
Okay.
And of course, this is our block that we make that will handle all the power that can produce. So when it comes to small block Fords and Clevelands, we pretty much make anything to fit a Ford Cleveland aftermarket or have it available to where we can build a complete engine without ever putting a Ford part in it. So for a 50-year-old platform that was only built in the United States for 3.5, 4 years.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, there's still a lot of people who really swear by this stuff. Well, and you're giving it kind of a modern touch with better metallurgy and
and the Cleveland is a very good platform because it naturally had over a Windsor platform. It has a wider pan rail, a raised cam, has very good valve geometry, and it was equipped with really high flow cylinder heads, so it would make a lot of power. The problem was the block wouldn't handle it.
Right.
So we've got this block now where we can put really big bores. We've got it in standard and much taller deck heights. So we've actually run this in a naturally aspirated combination of over 500 cubic inches, or you can put it in your street car, your 70 Mustang, or your Pantera. We've got those. Our crate engines built off these are 427s.
Okay.
So it's a really, really good platform to build off of for a street car, a drag and drive, drag race, whatever you want to do with it. So
and still keep it kind of true to old school Ford.
It is and if you have one of those muscle cars that had a Cleveland in it, it still is a true Cleveland engine. It's not a Cleveland or a half breed.
Right.
It's a true what should be in the car.
Very cool. Well, thank you for showing me, sir.
Sure.
That's very cool.
Really?
Awesome. Thank you. There you go, Ford guys. How about that? Check those guys out. Cool. There you go. Made in the USA. Made in Ohio. How about them apples? Cast here in Ohio. Well, not here, but in Ohio or in Pittsburgh, PA. Support your local businesses. Support American businesses. Got Sean, Murder Nova, hanging out over here. Signing stuff. Street racing channels around here somewhere. I know a bunch of those boys are here. Street Outlaws are always a big draw for this area. They're usually here in force. I don't know how many of them are here, but there are usually quite a few of them. I'm not going to bother Sean. He's got a line of people that are wanting to talk to him, but it's undeniable how much those guys have influenced the racing world, more so than a lot of the NHRA stuff. It's been the grassroots, the small guys, the Street Outlaws type guys that have really pushed this industry and kind of rebirthed a lot of the racing world for a lot of us folks. That's not just lip service, that actually I do mean that. Man, this has got to be a fun type of racing to do.
Is it a bit dimpled?
If you are claustrophobic,
probably a common misconception a lot of people have is that it's just drag race stuff, that's all this is about. This is not anywhere near the truth. Everything from road course stuff to dirt track stuff, roundy round stuff, sim racing, drag racing, Le Mans racing, you name it, all of it's cool. All of it's welcome here. Import stuff, old school stuff.
Don't call us when
it's
you
all
get in
here.
trouble.
There's not like a set price structure because the market's so flux all the time.
Oh, I love the guys in Jimmy Day and everything. Now they got
Oh no, it goes to a casual. It's a hard casual.
Last year, so that's why I was like, yeah. It's like,
Obviously, nice of the stuff well functioning, whatever. What's going on, brother?
How are you, brother? How are you?
I am living a dream.
Living a dream.
It's my
living a dream. There we go. All right. Hey, looky who I just found. Matt Rice. We've known each other for a long, long time.
It has been quite a few years.
We've done a few things.
A little bit of
some
here
adventures.
and there. Yeah, definitely some adventures.
What in the world are you doing these days?
Well, I'm still doing some of my adventuring, but also a lot of people didn't know. I was involved in the industry and business side of this for the last couple of years, and that's all grown. And today we are at the D&J Precision Machine. So D&J Precision Machine is a engine manufacturer based out of Ohio. We're around pretty close to you guys in Cambridge. Primarily Cummins. It's all Cummins. So 5.9, 6.7, and everything from basic reman, keep your truck running on the road, all the way up to they made the full billet block that is a Cummins-based block, but it is his design that's in the Fire Punk Duster. So these are the guys that made that.
Okay, these are the guys behind the guys.
These are the guys behind the guys.
I gotcha.
So I've been working with them for a while, and here at PRI we've got a bunch of our normal stuff on display. Like we've got billet accessories, we've got some of our different engines on display, and this year we've got Blake Fitzgerald in the booth. He has our Enforcer motor. Our Enforcer motor is Mac Daddy 6.7 Cummins, the one step below going full billet everything.
Okay,
so,
and that's what this is?
That's what this is. It is a 6.7 deck plate motor, and we do everything in-house. So we make the rods, the pistons, the girdle,
wow,
the deck plate. Our deck plate design is different than other deck plate designs. This is essentially a package that most of our experienced drag racers or heavy sled pullers, stuff like that, this is what they use. So this thing, pretty much the recipe is if you're doing anything in the diesel world and you're drag racing and you have an Enforcer, you're running at least 5s in the 8th, if not better.
Wow.
So we've got one of these engines has held the UCC dyno record for 3,336 horsepower. We don't. Wow. Now, I love telling people that, but Drew the boss is like, we rate them at 2,500, and I'm like, yeah, but we know what can really happen.
Right. Anything beyond that, that's on you.
Yeah, anything beyond that, you know. But yeah, so this is, you know, the gangster motor that we've got here. Obviously, our billet intake. We have some other parts that, you know, ARP makes studs to our specification. Okay. So we go directly with ARP, and they make us the studs. A lot of people ask about that, like, why don't you make the studs? Well, if you knew how studs and bolts were made, we'd have to become a bolt company just to do that one part.
Right.
So there is some parts and pieces that, you know, are from other places, but generally everything that's made for this thing, pretty much we're making in-house in Ohio.
So you took what Cummins did and just made it better?
Yeah, just made it better. And I mean, these things, the thing about diesels, a lot of people don't know, like, they've been going fast for a while. They've definitely been behind the curve, and part of that is technology, you know, even in talking about ECU systems, like, a lot of guys have started using like Motex. There's a Motex screen in here now. Like, some of that stuff had to progress because they just didn't have the control and the capability to do different things. Like in gas stuff, where I'm like, a Holley Terminator X will do this. Like, you know, some of that stuff they're like, yeah, we need some options. Yeah, we need a $7,000 ECU to do that. And I'm like, oh boy. So they're a little bit behind the 8 ball, but it's been working with, you know, varying people and levels of the industry to get us to the point we are now. Fire Punk is the reason this engine exists. So they started their relationship years ago, and essentially was Fire Punk kept breaking engines. And every time they would break one, we would fix one. And we would find the next shortcoming and the next shortcoming. So the reason I love working with these guys, it's really that story. Like, they've broken everything. And then
you make it better.
Right. But that's how I live my life. Like, I break everything, and then I figure it out and fix it. So they've gone through that process, and you know, that's how the Enforcer came to be, and eventually it got to a point where there was areas of the block that we could do nothing to strengthen, and the only reasonable, rational step would be
make a new block,
full billet block, based on a different design. So, or it's based on a Cummins, but there's some different design features and some stuff in there. If you actually, Jared Ring, he's in the S&S booth. If you look at his, he's got one of our billet heads on, and what you'll notice is that the exhaust ports on the head, there's a lot of them.
Interesting. Okay.
So go look at his piping, because you'll be like, what in the world is going on here?
Okay.
It's a Cadillac, and it's got a Cummins in it. It's not our full motor. It's got some parts and pieces of here, there, and everywhere, but he just put our billet head on. Crazy design. But it's what it takes to make power. And, you know, now these guys are, Fire Punk is, you know, just reset their own world record multiple times. Lights out. Now they're down to 385, so still maintaining the fastest diesel door car in history.
And dragging the entire industry with them.
And dragging the entire industry with them, yeah. So
that's awesome.
It's awesome stuff, and you know, it's cool because we get to see a lot of these enforcers in various levels and different ways. And you know, right now we've got Blake in the booth. He is jumping both feet first into drag racing, performance, sled pulling, dyno, everything. So we obviously, went with our full enforcer. We've got a stainless and a Hartz. We've got a compound turbo set up on here. S&S has some fuel pumps. This is actually the unveiling of their new CP3 pump, which is on the back side of this. You're not gonna be able to see it. She's back there.
That guy?
Yep.
Trust us, it's there?
Yeah, it's there. So it's a lot of stuff coming together, and the thing that I love most about the diesel industry is it's such a smaller group, and it's a tight-knit family, and we work the best by working together. So a lot of things we do is in collaboration with other companies, other racers. Look behind you. You got Rod Milliken, you got Austin Deutsch, you got Rod McMaster, Ryan Milliken, Johnny, Stanley. These are 4 different racers that have 4 different sponsors, that have 4 different engines, that have 4 different transmissions, but they all work together because it's about pushing the entire diesel industry forward and opposed to pushing themselves forward.
Sure.
So it's an awesome industry to be a part of, and it found a really cool home on the diesel side of the house.
Very cool. Well, sir, thanks for talking with me. Appreciate the time.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming by.
Absolutely. And it's shiny.
It is shiny. Yeah. We like the shiny stuff.
And it's shiny. You hear that? More Ohio people telling you Ohio's where it's at. Not biased in any way. Now that's a different kind of engine swap. Big bed Cadillac Cummins style diesel.
But it only doesn't.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's like a loud tick.
Excuse me.
Oh, here we go. I would have.
It's in the back. It's in the radiators in the back. There's no problem.
That includes sleeves. Yeah.
was we kind of told her, and we set goals. Don't set goals too high because it's like it's your first year, it's a learning year. There's going to be a lot of things you need to learn. I set a goal to try to be your top 5 mind-wise. Top 5 with your learning, going to make the next day really champion.
Doc, Street Outlaws. A lot of those guys here. All right, you made it this far in the show. Time to show you off some real piece of art here. It's a brand new creation just unveiled at PRI. That thing is just stunning. Focus. All right, so last year if you watched the video coverage from PRI, there was a gorgeous Mustang there. It was more of a blue. You've built a brand new thing this year that is a very much beautiful green. What have you made today?
So this is actually our first go around with a customer car. So the blue car was my personal car.
Okay.
This is a customer car that kind of allowed us to do our thing from start to finish. You know, he saw the blue car. He was really, really impressed with that, the craftsmanship. And we kind of set out to build the ultimate Fox body. When we actually started this car, we kind of said this is going to be the last one that we do. So we emptied the chamber on it for real.
Wow.
My team and I mean, from the wiring to the fabrication to the technical aspect of it to the the fitment of everything, this is probably the best we've got.
So this is a one and done kind of thing for you.
Hopefully. I mean, we want to move into custom chassis. We want to move into custom builds. With just getting outside of just being known for Mustangs.
Sure.
This car is pretty special in the sense that most of the stuff that you can't see is exotic. So the customer here, in this case, he said his exact words were, I could spend X amount of money on walking into a McLaren dealership and buying one of those, or I could have a supercar and a Fox body. This owner has owned the car since 1994. It was brought to us as a bone stock white Fox body.
Wow.
Now you see what we have here. So
how much original bone stock, original Fox body is in this?
the dash, maybe, the body panels.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, this thing was stripped down and started over. But I mean, some of the things that you can't see underneath the car, it's got a fully billet sequential transmission, so no shifter in the tunnel. Everything's air assisted and paddle shifted.
Wow.
Yeah, independent front suspension. I mean, it's got Haltech underneath the dash. If you look at the firewall, you'll see that the smart coils were Frenched into the firewall. You know, the plug wires are going directly there. So just a lot of really tedious fabrication and going into a clean, streamlined execution.
That's kind of what you're known for, though, is the
getting there. We're
really
getting there.
tedious, absolutely perfect type stuff.
So we're kind of trying to set ourselves apart in the sense that we're not looking to do a whole lot of work. We're looking to scale it down to a smaller, more private type deal, where people are, you know, more interested in doing something that is iconic. Like, I'd like to think that this car in the Fox body community will always be known for exactly what it is. You're not going to see another one like it.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, we put everything we had into this one. So.
That's awesome, man. It's gorgeous. I saw pictures of it when you guys unveiled it, and it is as good as the blue car was, which is a hell of a high bar.
Thank you. Yeah, we got here on Tuesday to unload the car. We were working on it until 2 a.m. Monday. So yeah, no, this is a neat opportunity for us. More important than anything else, you know, I tell my guys, this is an opportunity to stand back and just realize how blessed we are to work together as a team, create something super cool that people appreciate. If we've done our job right, whether it's a Fox body or a Volkswagen Beetle, you walk up on the car and you say, hey, I've got to appreciate the time, the thought, the craftsmanship, the teamwork, putting our minds together, and the fact that we have we're blessed to have a customer that allows us to do this. From start to finish, he said, Joe, just be yourself.
Do what you need to do.
And I said, okay, well, that's going to get costly, but I'm happy to do it. Yeah, I'm happy to do it. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, this does require a very special customer to be able to allow you to do something.
Sure, it does. But when you're doing something like this, where there's really no way to estimate it, there's really no way to kind of give you an idea of what it's going to cost. You basically just try to give the customer the worst case scenario up front. And if they can live with that, then we're in good shape. But the idea is hopefully that, you know, showing this here at PRI when we're amongst our peers that have educated eyes looking at what we're doing, hopefully we'll get maybe one more customer that allows us to do this, and then we move on.
So do you at this point in time have your next creation?
We don't. That's so even with this creation, we didn't even really totally have in mind how it was going to be. You know, you get a small block Ford in there. We decide that we want to do same-sided turbos. Then we stand back and say, what's next? So then we do a 2-into-1 splash titanium downpipe. We stand back and we say, what's next? Then we start merging our wastegates, our water tubes, and stuff like that. So we kind of live by the moment. You know what I mean? So we're hoping that, you know, the next moment pops up as a result of this.
That's fantastic. Well, dude, you do absolutely incredible work.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for giving me a minute to talk with me.
You're more than welcome. Thank you.
Great seeing you again.
Yes, sir. Take care.
There you go, folks. Truly an artist at his craft. He and his team have created an absolutely incredible vehicle. Absolutely incredible vehicle. Now, am I going to be able to afford Joe's work? No, probably not. But that is amazing. And thank you, whomever, customer-wise, that allowed this creation and bankrolled this incredible thing to be made. Truly an iconic vehicle. There is not going to be another one like it. That is just absolutely amazing. Well done. Don't know if I caught him on camera, but that was Limpy. Just walking back that direction. He still does his pose when he's getting ready to flip the light on, where he hides his hands behind his back, hits the light. Still does it when he's walking too. There's a lot of legends that are walking around this place that most people don't ever recognize or see. It's a very cool experience. If you've never been to PRI, this is a trade show. It is specifically for those that are in the trade, that are in the racing world. However, you are connected to it. It does require you to have a membership to be able to come here, but it is something that is available if you are in this world. If you are, and you've never been, I highly recommend you work out how to get here. Very, very cool experience, and you're not ever going to see anywhere else the density of amazing vehicles, amazing people in any other show. There is no other show like this where it has this quality of people, this quality of things, and you have easy access to them. If you're in this world, make sure you come to PRI at least once. It's worth it. Also, make sure you wear very comfortable shoes, because there's a lot of walking. What's up, boys?
Bubby.
Our
We were
bub.
looking for you last night.
I know. I didn't get into town until late.
Good to see you, bro.
How are you?
Good.
I saw you working some magic back there in the powder room.
Oh yeah. Been deep in the powder.
Deep in the powder.
Deep in the
Lots
powder.
of white powder.
Nice to meet you.
How are you, sir?
Good.
Hey, long beard, who's got the...
Probably.
I think I got it.
Yeah.
I'll catch up with those guys later on. Those are the Empire Tech dudes. They're from Athens, Ohio, down there on the river in southern part of Ohio. They do a lot of really cool stuff as well. And we've been friends with those guys for a long, long time, been connected with them. Great group of dudes. They have also done some really, really great stuff supporting the folks down in the North Carolina area that got wiped out. We were just talking about the fuel tech and what they went through with the flooding and the rains and such. And just, it's a great group of dudes, So Empire Tech, if you're in the area of Athens, Ohio, that's somebody to pay attention to. Again, we'll catch up with those guys a little later on. Just sneaking around here like nobody's in notice who you are?
Hi, Mom. He's trying. It's not working. Figure it out and get it up.
Kyle Loftus, 1320 video. Just cruising around, sliding under the radar. This place is full of cool people. Most of them are just trying to enjoy the show.
All right, is that all of our shakes for fourth group? Anybody in fourth group not made a shakedown? All right, wait though, so we're gonna, is this?
Boys in there drag racing. That don't even have to have cars, they just drag race in their thumbs. I'm pretty much gonna wrap this video up. My battery's about dead on my camera. I have a whole lot more of the show to do. Actually, no. Aces fuel injection. I'm gonna talk to these guys real quick, then we're gonna wrap this thing up. My battery's about dead. Let me grab somebody here real quick. Let's do some chitting and chatting. Now I'll let you guys go. That's awesome. We are running Aces stuff on a couple of our different vehicles. My 1979 AMC Spirit AMX has the Aces Killshot Classic on it, which is a carburetor replacement EFI system. We're also running the Killshot setup on one of our other vehicles that you've seen if you're paying attention to the channel. these little guys, which is their Aces kill shot. We are setting that up to run on the 1968 yellow CUDA that's in the shop, and we're actually running one of these command centers as well. Right here, which is like a surge tank setup that's in the front. It has a self-contained fuel pump, and it runs off the mechanical fuel pump on the motor to fill that tank, to then fill the EFI system. So you don't have to do a whole heck of a lot of just crazy different stuff. Really, really cool setup. Very happy with the stuff we've had from them. You'll see a lot more of that. I'm actually going to be running their distributor setup also for Pontiac, which is going to be in my Pontiac 350 HO build that we're working on as well. So let me see if I can grab somebody with some technical expertise. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
So what's new here in the land of Aces EFI?
Well, the future is the new thing around here, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, the big thing we released today was our PDM, Ultimate Protection and the circuitry of how we install our systems. So, you want to see it?
That sounds fancy.
You want to see it?
Yes.
Let me go grab you one real fast.
Okay. Cool. Breaking news. Breaking news. New product. Jay, how you doing? Look at that. He's even rocking his Aces gear.
Yes.
Our Shot Law Garage. How you enjoying your PRI?
Yes.
So far, so good. So far. All right. What is this? Oh, look at that.
Banging. There it is. No, this is our PDM. So, you know, when you're wiring stuff up, a lot of times in vehicles, you end up with a lot of transient voltages, a lot of dirty voltages.
Yeah.
This protects you from that.
Okay.
So it offers, like, say for instance, you got an ignition key switched in, maybe it comes off a coil and it's real dirty voltage. Well, it comes through, gets filtered through some IGBT transistors and whatnot, little internal MOSFET action, and then you get 3 options out from one wire. So that's the thing, you can run a couple of fans on it, you run pumps on it, you run the power to the ECU, and it keeps everything separate from the dirty voltage of the car. That's why a few people on the internet said, hey, why don't you make that thing? And then we said, okay. So we did a little bit of R&D and poof, there it is.
Wow. So you actually paid attention to what customers wanted and then you made us what we wanted?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
That's what drives all this. It's like we can just make products and send them out, but what's the point in that whenever we're not trying to sell something people don't want? It's like, hey, what do you really want? We're making this to like make it like this.
Cool. So this is a brand new product?
Brand new.
On the website?
It's on the website today.
Okay, fantastic.
$99.
Wow, that's not bad.
Yeah,
$99.
So not too bad. There's other stuff too. We have some other products coming out. But we're going to be slowly announcing them as we get them ready for the market. Instead, like this one, we did kind of jump the gun and put it out a little bit early, but we wanted to show people like we did this thing for you. So if you're planning a build, chill for a second, get one of these two.
Sure.
And then we had to come up with a price appropriate, like a $100 bill. Most people can afford a $100 bill, so there it is.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, and it's also like tear down, rewire my car season.
It is tear down, rewire your car season, so.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
It's nice, huh?
Very cool. Anything else you want to show me?
Oh, well, some future projects if you want to see them.
Sure.
All right, let's go. Next generation here. Here is the I/O module. This I/O module I'm a big fan of. So I'll be spending the next month in close company with this particular module itself, because if you see here, we got a couple of MAC valves. You know, we got the EGT stuff. This is developed from like diesel technology because of the high temperature nature of it and how much protection the harness has. So, you know, we got fiberglass mat, silicone impregnated. We got Teflon on these wires right here. This is a higher temperature type of plastic, so it's going to be very durable when you're doing EGT type data logging. Okay. You really want to get your engine dialed in. So with that, some pulse width modulated stuff, the ability to data log different parameters than we've ever done before, it's just going to be, well, the next level. And every bit of that people asked for. It wasn't that we just said, hey, let's just make a thing and do this with it. IOs, 5 volt, 12 volt frequency, resistance, pulse width modulated outputs, so, and the EGT. So we're going to make this also, as the nature of what we do, extremely cost affordable as it goes for the end user. If you want to do 2 channels, like you have a throttle body setup and you only want to do left and right, that's cool. If you want to do all 8 of them, also cool. You have to use this. So we have a smaller one that'll do 1 or 4 channels. Then we got the Big Daddy here that'll do all 8.
Interesting.
I can't wait to start really pushing this out to the public because, well, I mean, they asked for it, and this is what I do, so might as well, right?
What kind of timing are we looking at between now and when these are going to hit the market?
I'll probably have this out in the next 6 months.
Okay.
That's a pretty good window there. Develop an issue, do a thing, fix that, come up with something else, test it another way, let the magic smoke out about 90 times, and then it's like, okay, I've broken every possible way I can think of. We've added stuff in that we didn't think of, and now let's just sell it.
Yeah.
Here's the instructions, here's the video, here's the product.
Very cool. It's the fact that you guys are so, I guess the term would be customer focused. Like, you're not just building stuff because you think it's cool, you're building it because there's a demand in the industry.
Oh, that's a fact.
And you guys are kind of cutting your way into the industry where people actually ask you to be.
Yeah, and that's why we're doing it a bit different. We truly believe in what the customer wants. We do this for the people. We're a technology company at heart, so it's not just fuel injection. It's so many other things. And they're having a party. The next few years, we're going to run into, there are going to be a lot more technological advances, not just in fuel injection, but in how the car operates and how our system learns and how we adjust our systems. So now we're getting our calibrations really dialed in. There's a lot of really neat stuff about that I can't talk about, but the products alone, it is what they want. It's what they ask for.
Yeah.
So if there's market in it and people really want it, we're gonna go and pursue that the best we can.
Very cool. I appreciate the look around, sir.
Oh yeah. Keep some stuff, you know.
Yeah.
That makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, don't touch it. It's actually really spicy. That's a very spicy spark right there. And it's actually, you can see it's corroded the electrodes from being stuck in the chamber.
Yeah. I don't know if I can get that to work on the camera because it's going through there.
Very cool. All right, that's enough of that.
Okay.
There you go, folks. That's Aces EFI. I use it, personally believe in it. I've used their products. We're going to be using their products professionally quite a bit. Very cool company. Still kind of small, still cutting their way into the industry. It's actually really cool to see that because they're very much focused on what we were asking for. So they're building product that we actually want to see, which is great. And we can get in touch with them directly. So like if you have a problem and you call and you need technical support, you're basically talking to that dude.
Or one of my subboards.
Right. Yeah. So that's how that works. That's going to wrap up day one here at PRI in Indianapolis, Indiana, 2024. I got to get back to the hotel room, edit this, get this up, and get it for you to watch. And then we're going to do this again tomorrow. I have a lot of the show left. I only got a very short bit of the show done. I have a lot of people I need to be able to run into tomorrow, so I'm going to do my very best to cover as much as I possibly can. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the first one. I got a long evening ahead of me. I will see you guys tomorrow. Like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. We are a small shop here in Central Ohio. We do a lot of hot rods and race cars, classic cars, and custom suspension stuff. That's what we're really known for, but we also do this stuff as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.